In previous sections, we discussed the value of inputting commands with the keyboard. One key to efficiency in AutoCAD is taking advantage of the keyboard shortcuts, the function keys, and command aliases. The function keys act as toggles. They turn certain drawing aids on and off. The two you're going to find that you will use the most are the F3 and the F8 keys. The F3 key will toggle your running O snaps on and off. You can tell if they're on or if they're off by what it says in the command line. Press F3, my O snaps are on. It says right here in the command line. Press it again, the O snaps are off. Same with the F8 key. It will turn your ortho mode on or off. With it off, and I draw a line, see, it can be drawn at any angle. If I turn ortho mode on by pressing F8, it says ortho on now. My lines, no matter where I put my crosshairs, are either horizontal or vertical. Very useful when you want to draw straight lines. The F1 key will open up your help window. It makes it very easy to get to. The F2 button will open up a palette that controls your command line. It shows everything that you've been doing. You can see where we've turned the O snap on and off and where we drew the lines. Pressing F2 will close it back. F4 will turn your tablet mode on or off. AutoCAD used to be controlled not with a mouse but with a tablet and a puck. You'd move the puck around the tablet, and the tablet had a face on it that looked very similar to your interface screen that we use today. I haven't used the F4 button in years. F5 will toggle your ISO plane mode through the different ISO planes. You have a top, a left, and a right. We'll talk about drawing an isometric drawing later on, but use the F5 key to help you with this. F6 toggles the dynamic input off and on. See, now it is turned off. Now you can see my line command coming up in my dynamic input. It is turned on. E for erase. Select my objects. It's gone. F7 will turn your grid off and on. The grid is a form of graph paper that will put markers on your drawing area for you to help you aid in your drawing. By pressing the F9 button, your crosshairs will snap to each point on that grid, whether you turn your grid on or off. The F7 button will only make the grid visible or invisible. The F10 will turn on your polar tracking, which again we will talk about later. And F11 will turn your O snap tracking on and off. The polar and the O snap tracking, which again we'll talk about later, allows you more precise drawing and will eliminate certain steps for you when you have to create new lines. The function keys, as you see, will turn on and off certain different tools that will help you draw more accurately, more quickly. Make sure to get a better understanding of each of those tools that you watch that chapter that pertains to it. In other videos, again, we've talked about entering commands into the command line. We mentioned the fact that there are command aliases. These are typically one or two keystroke long entries that will start a command. Most of them are either the first letter of the command, as in L for line, C for circle, or E for erase. There's a file that manages these. It's known as the PGP file. You can edit these if you'd like, add new commands to it, take away commands, or change some of the aliases. I recommend that for the most part you leave it alone, but it's a very simple edit. To find these so that you can know what they are, you need to go to the Manage tab on the ribbon and click on inside the Customization panel, Edit Aliases button. This will open up your PGP file. So you can see here it opens up a window and it's just text. This will give you a little bit of a description, and you can see how long that it's been here, 1997. Scroll down. Here are some examples. The real heart of it starts right here. As you can see, 3A will do your three. Out of the box, AutoCAD 2010 comes with 3 workspaces. Each one is different from the other and each one fills certain needs. The AutoCAD Classic workspace will set the interface to the way AutoCAD used to be in a few releases ago. It has toolbars and the menu bar, and the ribbon is turned off. To change it, go to the workspace switching, select the button, pick AutoCAD Classic. Bye-bye ribbon, hello toolbars. The other 2 workspaces are the 2D drafting and annotation and 3D modeling. This video series will mainly use the 2D drafting and annotation workspaces. To switch between available workspaces, just go to the workspace switching tool at the bottom right of the screen. The current workspace will be displayed there with a check mark by it. To change workspaces, pick on the workspace that you want to make current. The ribbon will change, the tabs and panels will move, tool palettes will open or close, etc. Switching between the workspaces is very easy to do. There are some things you can do to manage your workspaces. You can do that again through the Workspace Settings button found here. Here you can arrange the way the available workspaces are displayed to you. You can even turn some of them off. If you make changes to your workspaces, you will need to save them. To do this, click the Automatically Save Changes option to save your workspace setting when you switch or turn off AutoCAD. This will ensure that you will save the way you work when you are finished. If you want to make your own workspace or just tweak one of them a little bit, I suggest that you make a new workspace and leave the default workspaces alone. This will give you a backup just in case something bad happens. To get started, click on the Save Current Settings button and give it a name that is relevant to what your workspace will pertain to do. To do that, again move to your Workspace Switching button, click the Save Current As button. Enter in the name. I'll give it my initials. You can call it whatever you need, and you can always rename it later. Now, any changes that you make to the interface will not affect the default workspaces. And you can see that BCB-01 is the current workspace. To further customize your new workspace, you'll need to click the Customization button. This will bring up the CUI, or the Custom User Interface Manager. In here, you can change the characteristics of your workspace. I won't go too deep into this because of the scope of it, and it's extremely difficult, but for a few things, it is very easy to do. If you want to add panels, for instance, to your ribbon in your workspace, then you can right-click on the workspace you want to edit and select the Customize Workspace button. This will put you into the Customize Workspace mode and will only alter the workspace that you picked. Expand the ribbon button and expand the tab section. To add panels to your tabs, just click on the one you want. Parametric, output, for example. If you want to take some items away, select the buttons that you want to remove, and they will no longer be included. When you're finished, just right-click on the workspace again and click the exit button. Hit OK to close the CUI, and your workspace will be updated with the changes that you made. Many users will make custom workspaces that are task-oriented. That means their ribbon tabs and panels are set for a very specific task. One example would be annotation. Maybe they only want to have the proper tools needed to write notes, text, dimensions, leaders, etc. on their drawings. So they want to get rid of all the other commands so they don't clutter up the screen. By all means, you can do that. You will find that having certain tools for specific tasks can make you more productive. But while you are learning to use AutoCAD, I recommend that you stick with the out-of-the-box workspaces for now. Keep it simple. But once you become more experienced with the software and have been working with it for a while, feel free to customize your workspaces accordingly.